Hello and welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. Kieran's already laughing at me with my terrible voice.
Let me describe it to the listeners.
It's-
Church is slowly dying. He is on the floor in pain, but he's still here at the podcast because the CEO didn't approve his sick leave.
That's right. Well, look at that, people. Welcome back to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It is the only show in the whole wide world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me as always is my co-host, my CEO who doesn't approve my leave, and the man with the largest collection of polo shirts, Kieran.
In that case, how many polo shirts have you spotted me wear?
Well, okay, so this is great because it sort of leads into my rant. But we, on the weekend, it was a Friday night, saw our mates Ben, Zelnick McMuffin.
That's it. And I was wearing a polo shirt that
Nick
night.
Trajanovsky's band, Dead City Ruins at the Northcote Social Club, and it was a fantastic
It
night.
was a brilliant show. Actually,
Have you seen them before there?
I've seen them before, and I know there were some issues with the audio sound guy.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't hear the lead guitarist, but I knew what he was meant to be playing. I've listened to their album like 50 times now. I think I'm one of those guys on their Spotify account that's been listening to things on repeat.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm just there for Traj because he's a lovely, lovely man. And that was a really fun night. It was good to see you. It was good to see our old guest Niall, classic returning guest Jess. It's always good to see those kinds of people. But that sort of leads me into my rant.
Hang on a second. How many polo shirts do I have? You haven't answered the question.
Well, you were wearing a polo shirt to a rock and roll gig. And I don't know how many others you own, but this was a nice dad blue colour.
Oh, it was such a dad blue colour. Absolutely.
Um,
No, let me explain why I was wearing the polo shirt.
Actually, yeah. Before I go into my rant, why did you wear a dad blue polo shirt? Ralph Lauren, mind you, it was a nice one.
It was a very nice one.
But why did you wear polo, something like that? Why did you wear a blue polo shirt to a rock and roll gig?
Okay, so I had been supporting a client that day, but we were at a swimming pool. So
What?
So at a school event, right? And making sure the kid doesn't have meltdowns and yada yada yada, right? But being inside all day, I was like, I'm going to be in a polo shirt. Like, this is the environment where I better wear a polo shirt, if that makes sense. Because and like wearing shorts as well. I was wearing shorts.
So you were in full dad regalia.
Oh, absolutely, right?
You were doing Did you wear flip flops with socks?
No, I was wearing runners.
Were they was like New Balance or Asics or something like that with the high socks?
Nike.
You've classed it up. Classed it up a little bit.
Now, if I wanted a full dad, it would have been New Balance.
I was going to say
white runners.
Did you see that Nike stock went down like heaps, like $5 billion they lost overnight?
I heard just before I came. I didn't actually. It was something to do with the kneeling down protest. Or
Yeah,
something.
the Colin Kaepernick guy. Let's not get into politics. It's far too early into the episode to get into politics.
I've actually got to read up on it because I got no idea what's going
Or
on.
maybe we'll talk about it for next episode,
Okay.
which is our 40th episode.
But anyway,
It's
yes.
spectacular.
Did you like the blue polo shirt? I was wearing a jacket as
You
well.
were wearing a
I was
jacket
wearing a
as well.
jacket.
It wasn't very rock and roll. Like, I was there in my like black t-shirt and my denim jacket. Like, I was trying to be a little bit rock and roll. Like, I haven't been rock and roll for years. Like, I used to have the long hair. I used to have
Church,
the
there's
long
no
beard as
way
well.
that I can do rock and roll, so I'm not even going to try and do
We
rock
can
and
try
roll.
to make you a bit roll.
Because if I try and do rock and roll, I'm gonna be worse than wearing a polo shirt.
That's true. Well, you never know. Maybe one day we'll dress you up a bit rock and roll. We'll spike up your hair or something like that with the egg white. Get you like a mohawk going or something, like punk rock or something.
Punk rock.
Punk rock. Yeah, rip your jeans, black jeans.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll get you going. Get some Doc Martens. Be really, really cool.
I'll be hip.
Very hip, can you tell?
Right, you're going into a rant.
I am going into a rant, and as you can tell, everybody, I am sick, and it's been making me sick the last couple of days. So it's been fun. I nearly cancelled today, which is very rare for me to cancel.
Oh.
But I thought what I really needed while I was talking is to have my dad shredding a bunch of documents in the background. Thanks, Dad. But that's
You're
okay.
welcome,
I'm sure everyone could hear that. But nonetheless, so on Friday we saw Trash. It was really good. And Jess was running a bit late. I'm not going to complain about Jess being late because I've already made enough jokes about her in the past. But one thing that annoyed me, and I didn't realise till today, because in the news today, is Uber.
Yes.
And Uber's changing their policy now about something about like the drivers can rate the passengers now.
No, they've always been able to do that.
And that's what I thought. I'm like, I knew that. Like, my rating's about 4.7 or something like that. Just, which is not bad. Not a bad rating. And I'm sure people are worse, some people are better, but that's just the way it goes. But then I realised something. I'm like, okay, so they're rating us now on our behaviour and all this other bullshit. But my problem is Uber. My rant today is just Uber.
Oh, okay.
My rage today is Uber. And the declining quality of Uber drivers.
Ah, yes. Well, they've always been on a decline because, Uber started... I think the story goes or something like that. They were invented in Paris or something like. Anyway, they got out to San Francisco. They got a whole bunch of investment, and they paid people with high-end cars like Mercedes, BMWs, and all that, and they paid them to drive around San Francisco. And back when Uber started, you actually rang up like a telephone center, and then they would ring the nearest driver,
Right.
And they were like the whole thing was like we're faster than a taxi, better than a taxi, and cheaper than a taxi.
Yeah.
So they got a whole bunch of investment, and that's what they did to launch Uber. Ever since then, when they brought out the app, they got rid of those high luxury end cars, and it's been on a decline ever since.
Oh, look, I don't mind the vehicles. It's not the vehicles I'm going to complain about here. I'm going to just complain about the lack of standards.
Well,
the
taxi
decline-
drivers are now coming into Uber.
That's right.
That's the problem.
That's right. No, look, not worried about that. What I'm worried... how long ago did you start taking an Uber? About 2 years ago? A year and a half, 2 years ago?
Oh, a bit. I was definitely using it when it was illegal in Victoria.
Yeah. For like that whole hot minute, that was...
I actually think 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the first time you got into an Uber in comparison to a taxi? You were like, oh my goodness. One, the place was clean. The car was clean. And you know what? The cleanliness of cars is still pretty good. The comfort of cars are still a lot better than a taxi. Still a lot cheaper than a taxi.
And you got water, you got mints,
Well,
you got a hot towel. They would have...
Where-
there was this Indian person who drove a van, and he had some person making food in the back. It was fantastic.
So my question is now, you've just brought up all the points I was going to bring up. Where are my mints? Where are my bottles of water? Where is my ability to charge my phone if I need to in the car? Where is my ability to change the music? When's the last time you went into an Uber and they offered you some mints, a bottle of water, charge your phone, change the music? When was the last time that ever happened to you?
Last week.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a very long time. What did they offer you?
Well, the guy was Indian, and we were talking, and he offered me a mint, which I refused,
Yeah.
because I didn't actually want one
Yeah.
at that stage. I did get offered a bottle of water, which I
Yeah.
also refused. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not drunk.
See, and you know what? That's the difference. Like, if they want me to rate them 5-star, I think I'm gonna have to start telling them like you have to step it up, because a 5-star experience is not just get me to my destination anymore. And it wasn't. It's as soon as you move from
That is a
taxi to
3-star experience.
a 3-star experience, A to B, If you do it and you got some good songs on the radio, if I can't choose the radio station, maybe you get a 4. But if you offer the mints, you offer the ability to charge my phone, you offer a little bit of banter if we're all talking, or if you know when to shut up, or if you're not on your mobile phone headpiece talking to your mate in another country, or local, I don't care. If you're not doing that, your rating is going to go up.
Do you know what? I told the Uber driver, this guy who was driving me, I went, you're missing out on opportunities here. And he said, what do you mean? I mean, you could be upselling. Where's the chip packets? Where's the lollies? Where's the soft drink? I mean, I was like, and then I said, you know what you need to do? You need to create partnerships with all the kebab stands here in Melbourne, right? So as you're driving past, you can be like, do you want a kebab? I'll call up my mate. We'll get it pre-ordered. Right? Take a bit of a slice.
This is a 5-star. That is a 5-star service.
That is a 5-star.
Because that's the thing. Like I said, I remember Uber. Every single time I used to get into one. Would you like a mint? Would you like a bottle of water? Would you like tissues? Would you anything? And now, I'm lucky if they even know how to read the map. Now, I've had some bad experiences recently with Uber, but it just reminded me of how good it was. And I'm going to say it now, still better service than taxi. I don't know, is Lyft available in Melbourne?
Yeah, Lyft is available. I haven't tried Lyft though.
I haven't tried Lyft either. Maybe we'll try Lyft. Maybe we'll see how we go.
All right, well there we go. We only do one take podcast in the back of an Uber and then in the back of a Lyft, and we'll compare the two for two.
Hi, we're getting in the car. We're just trying to set up our gear.
Just keep driving.
Just keep driving, buddy.
We've got an hour of this shit. Oh.
Yeah, but that's my rant, my rage today. That is the decline in the customer service of Uber.
Yeah. And Uber should be very customer focused. They should be customer focused.
Well, all customer service, it's okay. If I wanted to be delivered from point A to point B, you can get hundreds of services from that. You can order you can order a cab, you can order Uber, Lyft. At the end of the day, if you just want to be transported to point A to point B, you can hire a truck. Like, a truck driver can drive you around. But what you're paying for in an Uber is the convenience and the better customer service and the comfort.
Well, do you know, going back to Uber's earlier days, right, their biggest thing that they actually solved on the app was, the picture of the car?
Yeah.
And you can see where it is and where it's coming?
Yeah.
Back when they first started, they didn't actually know where the car was. They couldn't actually build it in. But they just tricked people.
What do you mean by trick people?
Well, now it shows you where the actual car is.
Yeah.
Right. But when they first introduced that, they didn't actually know, they couldn't link up like the phone and the GPS.
Oh, really?
So they just went, it's approximately 5 minutes, so we'll make sure that car takes 5 minutes to get to the house. Or the person's destination.
Wow. So
Yep.
I guess the GPS probably wasn't at the level that they needed.
Correct. But that is when Uber started to boom. Because they put that little thing in.
But you know what? That's one of those really nice things to have. That's one of the benefits of the app, to seeing how far away. Remember when you used to order a cab and you call 1-3 cabs and then you
had no idea.
You had no idea. And then suddenly you see a cab outside. And everyone's like, quick, scull your drinks.
The cab's
here.
The
cab's here. Who the fuck's got... Who's paying for the cab? Who's got cash, this and that? One of the things that I used... for the first time, ages ago, was the ability to go, okay, we're all in the car together, but going different places, but we're all sharing the cost. Oh, that was a brilliant feature. I don't know if that was a new feature at the time I was doing it, or it was the first time I actually used it. Because usually it's just myself catching an Uber with you guys, or and I go,
the split fare's been in there for ages.
Oh well, look, usually it's just like, like Jess and I, who are going to split it with Jess. Or we're going to split it with you. It's like, hey, get me a beer at the places. Or,
yeah.
But the split fare, we did it. It was a fantastic sort of option there. Anyway, like I said, Uber, I'm going to say, anyone that's listening to this, if you're using Ubers, and they're not offering you water or mints and all that sort of stuff anymore, the stuff that you remember, like when you got into an Uber, you felt more comfortable because of these lovely little features.
Because there were silk pillows and blankets and an orchestra. Things. And a butler.
Yeah.
And they opened the door for you, and they closed the door for you.
All those little
and
nice
they greeted
things.
you with, good evening, Mr. Turturelli.
That's right. All these little things, right? If you're not receiving those anymore, rate them lower than 5-star. And put in the note, no mints, no water, no 5-star.
Yep.
I think we're going to get it back. I think we're going to push them to do it back. And that means a lot of them can't drive anymore. That's all right, because more people will always come and join Uber and give you mints and packs of chips and sync up things.
I want to see the Uber driver that syncs up the kebab network.
If that syncs up the kebab network, that's going to be our friend.
Oh my god, that would just be brilliant. That's dangerous as well. That is. You
do a kebab tour in an Uber.
Oh my god, imagine that. Oh. Well, Church, I've got an article for you.
Ah, good, Kieran. Good. What have you got?
You
for
know
us
how we
today?
love science here on the We Only Do One Take podcast.
We always love science.
We always love science. Well, science is wonderful. Female monkeys don't trust males, even when they're obviously right.
You know what? This is going to be the first time ever I
Yeah.
brought this article into.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was going to talk about it too. See, I got it here. Female monkeys don't trust males even when they're obviously right, by the Telegraph. I saw it and I had to bring it. But go on, tell us about these, the standard woman. I mean, female monkeys.
Female monkeys are reluctant to follow the example of males, even when they would obviously benefit from doing so, new research has found. A study by St. Andrews University, a very reputable university, established that even when males demonstrate superior methods of obtaining food, females would rather mimic each other's techniques because of innate distrust of the opposite sex. The behaviour, which the researchers said echoes some human traits, is rooted in the tendency of male vervet monkeys to roam between groups. This leads females to believe that males have poor local knowledge because they move around so much. By contrast, male monkeys are happy to learn from whichever sex appears to be more effective in a given situation, the study found.
So guys have just gone up to things and gone, you know what, that's the best way to solve a problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it like that. And a woman goes, I know the best way.
We ain't going to do it that way.
We're going to do your way, stupid. What do you mean you got twice as much stuff? No, your way is still stupid. You got twice as many nuts, you got twice as many berries, you got twice as much food as me. No, your way's still stupid though.
That was just luck. That was
That was
just
luck, yeah, fuck you.
Professor Witten of the School of Psychology and Neuroscience at St. Andrews said the explanation for the sex difference may be that for females, the important thing is to maintain close bond with other females they spend their whole lives with in the same group. They may be less inclined to copy males who are likely to have less reliable local knowledge. The experiment published in the journal Current Biology involved an artificial fruit box that could be opened at either its black end or its white end to extract a piece of apple. If the dominant female approached, the researchers could use a remote control to ensure she learned she could get the apple from only one coloured end. In the same way, the highest ranking males were trained to the other end. However, the researchers arranged it so the males would now got 5 times more food than did the females. The researchers wanted to know whether the others in the group would follow their habitual preference to copy the females, or would they now be more flexible and be swayed by the greater success of the males? The team found that the males showed a significant tendency to copy the successful males rather than the usual preference to copy females. But females in a group stuck to copying the female demonstrator despite her relatively low success.
Oh, wow.
That is amazing.
It's a good piece of work. I mean, you know, is it... Excuse me. It's,
Tuch is dying. He's...
Please donate to my get a fun GoFundMe campaign of to buy me drugs. It's a really cool piece to study because, like, they've obviously gone. Well, first of all, like any study, why did they think this was the thing?
I'd love to see this replicated in amongst humans.
I'm sure it would. I'm absolutely sure that this would work with humans. I'm not saying it's all women, but I know certain girlfriends that would, not just mine. I'm talking about girlfriends in general that would have the same reaction. No, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You should do it my way. Oh, look, luck, a bit of luck, Dad, on that side of the table.
Why wouldn't you go the way that gets you more food? I just don't understand.
Stubbornness. I don't know. Well, look, obviously they don't say the why. They just say what's happened. You know, they're not going to say...
They speculate on the why.
I guess it seems like the men are just like, well, look, this is a better outcome for the time. And women seem to want it, like, if they do it a different way, they're not a part of that social circle.
Yeah.
that seems like to be the two different distinctions that I can get out of
Do you know what? You know what? When I read this, you know what I thought of?
What?
When you're talking about how you're doing that data thing at work, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking about like the distribution or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And then your female colleague was like, "But why? Like,
Yeah.
why are we doing it?"
Oh, yeah, that's my life with data.
I did a terrible job at explaining what that was.
Yeah, no, it's alright. I understand that. But you know what? This reminds me of another monkey study, and I'm sure you've heard this before. They got a group of monkeys, and like every time they went to touch like a bunch of bananas or something like that, or a certain thing, they would zap them.
Yeah.
Or something like. Have you heard about this
Yeah,
study?
yeah.
And they eventually, and I'll explain to the listeners, and if I'm not filling in the blanks because the medication's starting to hit me now, please fill in the blanks.
Okay.
But basically, the monkeys would, a group of 5 monkeys would try to touch something. I can't remember exactly what, and they would zap them every time. But not only would they wouldn't get zapped. All the other monkeys in the group. So if one went to go touch it, the 4 monkeys in the group
Got zapped.
got zapped, and more and more monkeys tried. The whole group got zapped, and eventually they wouldn't touch that thing. When a new monkey was introduced to the group, the monkey would go and try and touch
Yeah.
the item, and before they could touch it, the other monkeys would jump on that monkey, like beat it up,
Yeah. Because they didn't want to get zapped.
because they didn't want to get zapped. And eventually, more like one monkey was taken in, one monkey was taken out of the group, and eventually. And the same sort of thing happened. The new monkey would go touch the thing. The monkeys would go beat the shit out of it. And so it didn't do that. And eventually, all these monkeys would be replaced with new monkeys. All the monkeys were new, but even when they were replaced once again, the new monkey would go and try to touch the thing. But without them knowing why.
Yeah, they would beat up the monkey.
That's right. It's right. And that was a really interesting stuff. I feel it's like similar sort of thing like this. And I'm sure this is replicatable. I'm sure I've seen it before, where if a whole bunch of people stand up for no reason, like in a doctor's office, the person who doesn't know why will
Stands
stand up
up.
as well.
Yeah.
I think it's that group mentality aspect of...
Everyone's standing up. I better stand up. It's like the same when you get like 2 bunch of people at the side Flinders Street Station, and then you look up, and then more people join you, and then everyone's looking up.
Yeah.
That's always a fun one.
Oh,
My favourite is gluing $2 on the ground and watching people try to pick it up.
gluing.
Yeah.
I bet you that worked heaps at our high school. Just one of those things.
That's what I wanted to rant about.
Oh, here we go. No, context. Kieran comes in and goes, I had a fucking great idea, Red. I have no idea what it was, but it was great, and now I've forgotten.
And now I remember.
Go for it, buddy.
I was on the train the other day. The train is causing me a lot of grief.
Oh, they've changed the train times on our line. Did you notice that?
No. I just figure peak hour. I just go to the station.
Yeah.
The train turns up. Right. It was 3:30. Leaving the city at 3:30. It was the 3:32 train.
See, I knew that you didn't work.
Right. And I get on right. Anyway, I'm getting off at Clifton Hill, so it's not far.
Nah.
Right. I drove to Clifton Hill, and then I'm getting off at Clifton Hill. Right. And there was one seat. You know what I mean? Like one. There was at the front of the carriage or end of the carriage, right? And then you sort of get through the door, and there's like just this one seat, and you got a pole, and you're near the door.
Oh yeah,
right.
It's like one seat, lonesome sort of thing.
Yeah. So I was there because I'm like, right, I'm gonna be off. I'll sit here, listen to some music. Anyway, it's fun. And I was like, trains it hasn't quite hit peak hour yet. Like everyone's got a seat, and we're all good. Anyway, get to Melbourne Central.
School kids.
School kids get on the train. Oh my fucking god! I can't believe. Like I would have been a school kid one day and would have been that obnoxious and annoying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But fucking hell, no etiquette, no train etiquette.
It's because their soul hasn't fully been crushed yet by the university education system of full-time work. That's what it is. They're with a whole group of people, much like the
train
monkeys.
is sanctuary where you shut the fuck up and just relax as best as you can.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that with school kids. They don't care. And that's the big thing. It's a big thing.
They care too much. We need to take the care out of them.
You can't beat people, Kieran. You You can't just beat people up. It's just one of those
Oh
things.
no, I would never do that. I would pay someone, but
Yeah,
make sure
the
that
teachers.
I'm well removed from that payment.
Yeah. 3 or 4 steps. That's why I pay taxes.
Look, you know what? And this brought me to my next case. School needs to go from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I disagree. I think that schools are fine. I think that we as adults should only have to work 4 days. And
No,
school
I'm just
kids-
trying to get school kids off the train. They need they need to 12 hours of education a day.
No. You know what?
We need to get them away.
can't-
We need to get them
do
out.
that. We can't do that because then teachers will complain even fucking more. Teachers are you know what? I understand when nurses go, I have a tough job. I understand when doctors go, have a tough job. When teachers go, have a tough job, I'm like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. You teach primary school. You can go, fuck off.
Now I get I get where teachers come from, and I get that you can complain about your work, right? But
If you
you've also
complain about your work
you've also
every
got
fucking
you've
day-
also got 12 weeks of leave.
Like I said, if you complain
Or
that much,
even if it's not leave because you're still working, you can work from home during those 2 weeks.
look, if you're complaining that much about your job all the time,
And they go at 3:30. It's like 9
Yeah.
till 3:30.
if you're complaining that much about your job every fucking day, every fucking week, all this time, oh, it's a hard work, get a different job.
Here.
Simple as that. Speaking of different jobs,
Yes.
it's another Pornhub article.
Excellent. I like it.
Kanye West in talks to be a creative director of the Pornhub Awards in Los Angeles.
A creative director.
This is finally we found our calling. Kanye West has been open about his love of adult films. Now the star is reportedly mulling over the offer to serve as a creative director for the very first Pornhub Award. You know what that means? If it is the very first Pornhub Award, we can watch the live stream
Yeah.
and we commentate on it. I think it'll be fantastic. So, Kanye West has reportedly been in talks to serve as creative director of the first Pornhub Awards on Thursday. The New York Post is reporting the show, hosted by adult film star Asa Akira, is taking place in the Belasco Theater in Los Angeles and being live streamed on the site. There are going to be some insane negotiations going on for West to be the creative director of the show. So, the source reportedly told the New York Post. Kanye West, is a professed fan of the site. Last month, in an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live, West was asked if having daughters has changed his view about women, and the rapper replied, "Nah, I still look at Pornhub." West even divulged his favourite category on the site. Black is my favourite category, he said. I watch a lot of black on white, obviously. It mirrors my own reality. And then Kimmel told him it wasn't necessary to come that clean. West said, I mean, what's the point of being Kanye West if you can't? After the interview was Kimmel posted online, Pornhub gifted Kanye West a free lifetime premium membership. Plus, he's even reportedly offered complete creative control to direct a scene in an adult film. I'm so excited to watch the Kanye West directed adult movie film scene. It's going to be fantastic.
Is he getting paid?
Well, he's got a free... Maybe. I'd assume so. He's got a lifetime premium membership, though. That's pretty good.
Lifetime premium membership.
That's what it says here. Now
Wow.
it seems the relationship between the star and the XXX site could be deepening. The upcoming Pornhub show, seemingly the only awards these days that's been shown in virtual reality, includes such categories as Top MILF Performer.
Can we host these awards?
I would love to. Us and, what was her name? Asa Akira. We
Yeah.
can do that. We'll have to do some research on her, though. Make sure we're compatible. There's even more mainstream Celebrity of the Year category that includes Kanye West's wife Kim Kardashian as a nominee, plus his sister-in-law Kylie Jenner, along with Cardi B, Justin Bieber, and a YouTube star called Lena the Plug. How's this though? More stats. The site says it pulls in 81 million visitors per day. That's got to be
Well, how many people in the world? 3 billion?
6
6 billion.
6 or 7 billion.
Right, okay.
That's pretty good. That's got to be one of the most popular sites on the internet.
Apart from Google.
Oh, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Netflix. What else would have such a demanding reach, like such a big reach like this all time? Reddit?
Yeah, Reddit. We only do one Cape podcast.
Yeah,
We're
true.
up there.
Up there. Winners were decided by the viewing habits of users. The New York Post said
There are so many metrics you can get out of that.
the New York Post said representatives for West and Pornhub did not comment. What did you say, Kieran?
I said there's so many metrics you can get out of
Well,
the viewing
there's
habits.
got to be at least, I don't know, like 20 or 30 categories on a porn site. You know, I mean, MILF is just one of those.
There would be more. There'd be absolutely more categories. We will keep you updated on the awards.
Well, of course. You
and
know
our
what?
creative and our friend, the creative director, Mr. Kanye West.
We have next week when we do our big 40th midlife crisis episode. Maybe we'll announce the winners of the award.
Yes.
We can, and maybe you can announce your own winners over there, Kieran.
The Kieran Thorpe winner.
special prize. The Golden Condom Award or something like that. It'd be fantastic.
It could call it a Golgi.
What?
A Golgi? I was trying to say like Loki.
Oh no! Don't do that. Just come up.
I really should write my jokes before I say them. Oh, fantastic. All right. One of my fears in life is to be at a major sporting event, right?
Yeah,
And ending up on television picking my nose,
that's pretty good.
right? That is a fear.
That's a good fear.
That is a fear.
You could do the George Costanza and eat the whole bowl of ice cream as well. That's always a good one. Love that episode.
Well, we know the US Open's on at the moment, and they're scorching in the heat.
Was it
Roger Federer
Roger
got
Federer
knocked out.
just knocked out, and I think Nadal did as well.
Yeah. Apparently, you know, it's like 12 degrees over there. Right. Anyway, no comparison to the Australian summer when we have the Australian Open.
Wasn't it like 60 degrees on court or something like that?
Oh, something like that. Yeah,
it's
something
stupid.
ridiculous.
60 degrees Celsius for our American
Well,
listeners.
because we've also got the concrete court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's extra hot.
We don't have the what court do they have in the US Open?
Is it the clay over there?
Must be the. I thought France was the clay,
Oh, I don't know then.
and
Maybe
Wimbledon's the grass.
synthetic turf, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that could be a trivia question. A fan at the US Open got caught dipping a chicken finger in soda, and TV viewers are aghast. Presumably, you've seen the headline or the article, and I'm going to get it out of the way. In the US Open, a fan dipping her chicken finger into a soda, which is like her soft drink.
Yeah.
Let me play it for you, Turch.
Let's have a quick look. I'll describe it for the ladies and gentlemen's and non-gender binary things in here. Okay, so that's a big chicken tender. I'll give you that. And then she just dips it in it like it looks like a Coca-Cola equivalent. The kid is it must be her kid, is even giving her a look of like what the fuck's going on here. Yeah, that's really weird. Attractive looking woman though. Give her that. Maybe she can get away with it. So it's a big chicken tender strip, like a whole tenderloin, and she's just dunking it in there.
Well, Twitter went crazy. DMA posted, just seen a lady at the US Open dipping her chicken finger into soda. What the fuck? Jason said, I'm sorry.
DMA. Like the rapper?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, did they just show a fan at the US Open dipping chicken fingers in their soda? But a lady just dipped her chicken finger into her soda. Are we not going to talk about the lady dipping her chicken finger in a kid's soda? In her kid's soda.
A kid maybe, yeah.
There we go. Anyway, that's my
You know
fear.
what? No, Kieran, just like when I said that nugget yoga was stupid,
Yeah.
don't knock it till you try it, buddy.
No, I could just imagine myself like, I don't know, being there, like standing up, going, "Oh my god, that's amazing," and my fly being undone.
Yeah. Look, I'm just really impressed because that's obviously that wasn't like someone's phone footage. That was a cameraman.
Yeah, that was a
That's it.
cameraman.
So I know they do this at the World Cup. They always look for like the really attractive girl with the tits out and the beautiful face on it, and we'll zoom in and
Yeah.
get her all excited. It's great. I'm all for that. But there's also people like looking at people who are doing Cameron, and looking at people that are doing really shit things or really stupid stuff like that. I am very proud to say that there's people doing that job, because imagine finding like the guy that found that.
Yeah.
Must go, that's it. That's my one piece of footage for the year. That's going to be on every single television station. It's like, so Dad, what did you do today? Guys, wait till you watch the news.
I recorded that.
It's on the internet. Like, that's my footage. It's all over Twitter. It's all over Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube for the rest of my life. And imagine how mortified that woman must be when she gets home.
Oh,
This
yeah.
could go either two ways. One, she can go, oh my God, I'm mortified, and never be like, you'll never see her again.
I say she should embrace it.
Well, that's it. She comes out and just goes,
It's a
yeah,
thing.
this is the thing. Like it's
try it.
great. You should try it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And get an endorsement deal of chicken nuggets and
And a book deal.
And a book deal,
And a
yeah.
speaking tour.
My Life, the nuggets and Coke or something like that.
Yes.
I would watch. I wouldn't read the book, but I'd definitely watch like a 20-minute, 60 minutes interview with her. So why did you do it?
You know, I've told you about the show I want to do, right?
What show?
I want to do a documentary.
Yeah. Okay. Continue. Go.
Yeah, but it's on religion. Right. And
Yeah.
what I want to do is, when I've made my millions and millions of dollars, I want to go and right, I'm going to go to like all of these different religions, and I'm going to like try it for like 12 weeks or 6 weeks for each.
What, a religion or just every religion in 12 weeks?
I don't know. Like I give it a good crack, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not really going to do that. I'm going to make it appear that I do that, right?
Uh-huh.
But really, then I'm just going to have sit-down interviews with a whole bunch of people and get my atheism on and just like destroy them.
Oh, you know what? If you invite a person of any religious denomination on this show,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy to moderate and debate and allow you to debate.
Oh, fantastic! We'll call it the debatical. I'm really
You know
going to work
what?
on
I
these
come up
jokes.
with great names like Sunday Service for our Sunday show, then you come up with the debatical.
We're going to name for our show tonight.
Oh, God damn it.
I want to tell you a funny story, Turch.
Go for it, Kieran.
All right, my old man is
Back from Rollies?
well, he's on rollies. He has now left. He's left the country. Right. So anyway, let me put this into perspective.
Yeah.
Sorry, where is he? There we go. All right, got him. So he leaves Melbourne, right, on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he posts, travelling Air Canada, not started well. Booked seats, so they booked the extra legroom seats,
Yeah.
not given to us.
Oh,
And surprise, we are not travelling together. 16 hours of having to chat with an unknown. It can only get better. Now, for those people that don't know my father, he has this condition called autobabble, right, where he just continues to talk, right? It's a serious disorder, and he's trying to get treatment for it. Anyway.
as his doctor.
Anyway, so a few people posted like safe travels, have a great time, yada yada yada. Anyway, then the fun starts. A friend posts, "You could talk underwater, have fun," right? My brother goes, "Ha poor unknown." Hashtag Thumper loves a captive audience. I thought that was hilarious. I said, I feel sorry for the unknown person next to Thumper. That's his nickname.
Yeah.
And a few people said that's harsh words, Kieran. Like, what? How? right? How dare you say that about your father?
Yeah.
And then I responded, 16 hours of autobabble. What could go wrong, right? A few other people said, yes, poor unknown who your father's sitting next to. Another person says, bummer, hope they've got noise-cancelling headphones. Then my auntie comes in with, I think, the comment of the day, which was, poor Anne, she'll get the full rundown at the other end.
Oh, of course, because your dad will go, I talked to this gentleman or lady on the plane. And then she has to hear it secondhand.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel very sorry. That's...
There's more. Anne has said, total, he chatted to quite a few. It's 1 a.m. Melbourne time, and I found my second wind. Look out, Canada. Well, there you go. He chatted to a few people.
There you go. Good for him. Good for him.
I
want him to sit there going on this cruise ride. What we're doing is with our 6 mates is that we're drinking a bottle of wine and sneaking on board a bottle of vodka. I've got the vodka and this person's got the scotch and the bourbon, this, that. That way we don't have to pay the enormous prices. And this person's just gone, this is a fucking retarded. It's the stupidest thing you've ever heard.
Right, and then he'll tell Anne, I told her what we're doing, which is already part of the plan.
It's like this long-winded story. It's like, was it Grandpa Simpson? It's like, we like to tell stories that don't go nowhere. I got the onion on my belt. That was the style at the time.
So I'm sure I'll have a Rollies update next week for you.
I can't wait. The next episode's going to be great. We're going to have a whole bunch of guests come in. I think we've got someone taking photos, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
We're definitely going to have lots of fun. The next episode of our 40th midlife crisis episode there. But Kieran, we were speaking of children before. We were speaking of school kids. I'm going to talk about some some nursery kids. Kids that go to a nursery, before they go to school.
Yeah, before they go to school. Yeah, I'm with you.
And, the country China, very, very progressive place, as we all know.
Yeah.
Something has shocked the parents of these nursery children. A Chinese nursery has come under fire for having a pole dancer perform at the welcome ceremony of the preschool.
Now, is this in China?
This is in China.
All right.
Parents and children were invited to attend an opening ceremony at the
opening ceremony
at the Xin Xiaohui kindergarten in the southern city of Senqi on the 3rd of September. As part of the program, families were invited to watch a number of female performers perform in skimpy clothing, including a pole dancer.
Wow.
Footage of the pole dancer has widely circulated online, with thousands of users of the popular microblog Sina Weibo have commented on the school show. I don't really know what the headmaster was thinking. This type of dancing is not suitable for a kindergarten, and one says the nursery children should learn knowledge, but not too much knowledge. But while online users ridiculed the ceremony, Southern Metropolis Daily says that many parents of the school are afraid that the experience will have lasting damages on their infants, and some have subsequently withdrawn the school, withdrawn their children from studying at the school. For a kindergarten to host a pole dancer in its opening ceremony shows the taste that the emotional intelligence of the teachers.
So right, there was I won't name the school, Caulfield Grammar, right, and they had year 12 muck-ups.
Explain for our international listeners what Muck-Up Day is.
Muck-Up Day. So Muck-Up Day is basically you finish your schooling and you get to trash the school.
Yeah.
But a lot of schools now don't do that. They now put on parks. They put on rides and festivities and activities.
Well, a bit of a dress up, and then a band will play or something.
Yeah, so it's a bit of fun on the last day of school. Anyway, I know the teacher that was responsible for this. He ordered a jumping castle. So he ordered all these things, but he ordered a jumping castle, right? And this jumping castle is getting blown up, right? And it was an adult novelty jumping castle. So in this jumping castle, this giant penis is getting erected, right? And there's these giant boobs getting erected,
That's
right?
fantastic.
With this like giant vagina. Anyway, they had to take it down.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously, they couldn't have the parents finding out what that.
That's so
But
good.
see, these things can happen. I bet you some staff member was going, oh, we're going to get some dancers, right? Didn't read the type of dancing that they do.
Yeah.
It must have just said something like,
Like a package. There was they said there was other dancers.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it's like, oh, buy a package of dancers. Yep, it was that. And this pole dancer comes out. Oh!
and it's just like, shit. The fathers probably would have enjoyed it.
I would say so. But you know what? This reminded me of another story we bought in ages ago. And it must be the same package deal that you could buy. Because do you remember that you could hire like strippers and pole dancers and stuff like that for funerals in China?
Yeah.
So this must be like a whole package thing. Like they go, oh, look,
Maybe they're very smart about it, right? Maybe they're like, we need to give our pole dancers more jobs.
Yeah.
But we'll just sneak it in a package.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have 400 ballet dancers here and like 50 strippers, 50 pole dancers. Oh, why don't we just slip it? I don't want to know. Just slip it in. It'll be fine.
See, I find this very interesting, right? This same teacher that I was speaking to with the giant, novelty playground that, got blown up. Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, blow up the giant dick.
Jumping castle.
vaginas.
Also did a bit of work in China, right? And they had a school. They've got a school there in China, and the kids go over there for a term or whatever. And every now and then they said that they would go to Beijing, catch the train, and they'd stay in a hotel. Anyway, because they're about 15, 16, these kids. But he had to tell the hotel off because they were ringing each of the kids' rooms and offering them, would they like a female? Would they like a lady to come to their room, right? And he's telling the people in the hotel off. He's going, you can't do this. This is inappropriate. And they're saying to him, they just need to say no. Like, it's no big deal. Like, what is the problem? These ladies that come in off the streets ring the rooms. Like, it's just accepted. Anyway, long story short, they had to get rid of all the phones out of the kids' rooms.
Who's going to do the wake-up calls? Because I remember staying in hotels when I went to my study trip in university. It's subtly different, obviously. But what we'd do is we'd call up, like, you go over to my mate's room while they're doing something. You call up their phone and go, hey, I'm from room 40, this room here. Give you a wake-up call at 3:30 and 3:35, like 5 minutes later, you know what I mean? And like really piss them off. But now they couldn't even do that. That's a fantastic prank. I highly recommend.
I love that prank. That is one of my favourite pranks to do.
Or that, or you go, hey, look, can I get like 10 towels? You just and like, why do I need all these towels? Just funny,
Oh, I love it. I we should go overseas together.
That's only if we can do a podcast somehow overseas. We have to work something out. You got another article for us, Kieran?
I absolutely do. I've got the best article.
Because my voice is really dying.
I'm trying to find it. All right, here we go. Discount store recalls thousands of prank knives that were actually real razor-sharp blades. Horrified customers in Japan have returned the gag knives, which are popular with kids, after finding they had razor-sharp edges. A discount store has recalled thousands of prank knives after it emerged they had real razor-sharp edges. A large chain of bargain household shops, Dazio,
I think there's one down our way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Has had to recall the items to avoid gruesome disfigurements. The joke knives, called anyway, cutters actually have dulled edges, and its semicircular indentation is sized to make it look like you've actually sliced deep into your finger. But blundering Dazio has packed actual utility knives during its distribution process on one batch, and they've somehow managed to make their way to shops across Japan. There you go. There's the prank knife.
That looks pretty sharp to me.
That looks like, what are they called?
A box cutter.
A box cutter.
Yeah, it really does. That looks dangerous.
So it doesn't look like it. That looks like a box cutter.
How do you get those two confused, you reckon? Like, that would... Like, if you're making fake knives, it'd be made of plastic, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you've got, like, you know, the whole part of the business that has metal and sharpening things. It costs probably 4 to 5 times as much just to make. How do you get those lines crossed?
Look, I know what it is. It's a lazy worker.
Yeah.
It's someone.
Press the wrong button.
Someone was hungover.
Yeah.
Didn't have their morning coffee.
Yeah. Too much, what's it called there?
And was like, oh yeah, these ones go over there. This batch, put that over there.
I'm really glad we don't have lots of manufacturing here in Australia. Like, you know, it'd be good to have more manufacturing here. It's always the case. I'm glad we don't, because I feel like we would have, like, really stupid shit. Like, we'd have something like... Remember, like, in The Simpsons, it was like the power turns back on in the city?
Yeah.
And then, like, it's the fake vomit factory. It's like... And everyone's like, yay! Like, I feel like that's what... Like, Mel would be like, oh, it's the home of gag gifts. Like, that's... We manufacture just gag gifts.
Well, do you want to... Talking to this teacher who was in China, right? He said they couldn't figure out for a long period of time why their electricity bill was so high. Right? And he said over there in China as well, like, they had to have four engineers hired at the school and 4 electricians and 4 plumbers. Like, that was just the law. They had to hire these people, right? Anyway, he was out, like...
Communism strikes again.
Yeah, he was out on the, like, oval or something like that, and they're kicking the footy, and he noticed this cord. Like, he tripped over this cord, and he's like, what the fuck's this? And it was, like, dug under the ground. And he, like, he pulled up this cord and followed it, and it was 3-phase power, right?
Oh, that's... Yeah, very powerful. Like,
very powerful, right? Anyway, it was plugged into the school, right? So he goes... So he's like, he unplugged it. And he basically unplugged it, and he just said, like, across the oval, there's all these apartments and apartment buildings, and he just said, all these air conditioners and the whole lights, it all turned off.
No way.
And then he goes, and then it all turned off, and then you hear like all these people losing their shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
How funny is
also,
that?
it was like a cartoon.
Oh.
Like, you know, it's unplugging everything, just turns... Oh, that's...
Yeah, so the electrician was being paid by the school and making more money because he was selling the school's power.
Yeah, he would have gone, oh, pay me $50, I'll connect you up or something like that. That's awesome.
That's
bloody... What a scam. I love a good scam.
Oh, you do. You got to love a good scam.
I've only got one more story.
Okay.
It's a real quick one. I didn't even read it. I just saw the headline and I thought it was funny. New York renamed Jutopolis in map hack. New York City was briefly renamed Jutropolis, in mapping software used by social media site Snapchat and others. The company called it an act of vandalism and said it was a work of its partner Mapbox. To get this fixed immediately, in the statement, Snapchat said the defacement was deeply offensive, and Mapbox called it an act of hate speech, and it was removed within the hour. Nothing really.
Who did it?
No, they don't know. Of course they don't know. Who knows? Who
knows these things?
But the great thing is, like I said, it's deeply offensive. It's very horrible. But they still had a picture, wasn't it, on the news site that I went to? They can have a look at that. So that was on Snapchat. They've taken a screenshot of it and posted it on their site.
Oh, Jutropolis.
What did I say? Sorry, my voice.
I missed it. I thought you said it was like, I don't know, screw.
Yeah, Jutropolis.
Wow. Okay,
in New York City.
That is because I'm like, why is it offensive? Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I'm like, oh, now I get it.
The Jews.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Wow. There you go, hackers.
Hackers could do anything. They can even rig a whole election, right?
There's one thing they can't do.
Buy a dinosaur.
No, I was going to say they can't hack the We Only Do One Take podcast.
Ah, well, we're doing very well over here. What are they gonna hack, Kieran? My computer. Man, he's got a whole bunch of nothing.
Man, he's got Pornhub, but it seems to be like Pornhub Insights.
Pornhub Insights and articles about Pornhub. No porn. Just random shit about it.
Oh, dear. Do you want to hear one more?
Yeah, one more. We got time.
Olympic champion You are really you are you going into work tomorrow?
Right now, yeah, but we'll see.
Fair enough.
I got the gig coming up. Speaking of the gig, Saturday, 8th of September at Bar 303 in Northgate. If you would like to come and see me not sing, but play guitar and drink with me, drink my pain away, please do come on down. It's a bit of fun. We're raising money for all the farmers around in Australia. We're doing a bit hard because, we don't have enough desalination plants.
That's correct.
And because of that, we need to help them, give some aid and stuff like that. To get the desalination plants a real kick in the ass. Can you see where I'm going with this? We actually have the solution to this, but people are dicks! Anyway, continue, Kieran. What have you got?
Yeah, but we can't send the water from Victoria up to New South Wales.
Because pipes don't exist.
Yeah, the pipes don't go from Victoria to New South Wales. The Victorian desalination plant looks after Victoria.
Yeah, well, we could help the Victorian farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one state done.
Yeah, but we're not in a massive drought compared to New South Wales or Queensland.
Well, they should have put us a desalination plant. This is very, very easy to understand.
New South Wales should have their own desalination plant.
I agree.
And then, do you know what?
We should be like Nestle, right? Like, was it Nestle or something like that? They're like, oh...
Everyone should buy water?
Yeah, they should just buy... Victoria, desalinate the water, sell it to Queensland, New South Wales, make the money back to the desalination.
Sell water to the government.
Sell water to the government.
Yeah.
Gotta be smart.
I actually find it really interesting.
Would you pay GST on it?
GST on the water?
Yeah.
Why?
Well... You've treated it, and something's been done to it. Like Coca-Cola, you pay tax on. Mm-hmm. Bottled water, do you pay tax on? GST on that? I'm assuming you do. Would you pay pay tax, GST, on... Oh, I assume you do, because you pay GST on your water bill, don't you? Interesting. What a scam. That's a really good scam. Fuck you, government.
Yes. There you go. How do you solve a water crisis?
Your desalination plant. And you scam, drink beer.
Get water. That's yes, no, it's a good cause, supporting the farmers.
Yeah, come on down, 8th of September at Bar 303. I'll be playing a whole bunch of tunes. I posted some stuff up there on Instagram and Facebook, so definitely check us out.
All right, Olympic champion hires dog sitter on app. Comes home to find shirtless men. Lube. Colorado Springs. A dog sitting gone wrong has one of Colorado Springs homeowner warning others about a popular app called WAG.
Like Wang.
Clet Keller.
I'm sorry.
A 2-time gold medal. Oh, I'm trying to be very professional as I read. Medal Olympic swimmer said after scheduling the dog sitting at his home on the west side, he came home early Monday morning around 1 a.m. to something which he described as only horrific. The general smell in the house is disgusting. I had all the windows and doors open. Keller said when he walked inside, he noticed 2 shirtless men sitting on his couch. When he asked them to leave, he noticed something even more strange. There was an open bottle of personal lubricant and a camcorder on the end table. So it's pretty self-explanatory what was going on. The dog sitter he had hired was nowhere to be seen, though. He later learned that she was in the bathroom showering.
So they filmed a porno.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one way to make it to the top page of Pornhub.
Well, it's genius, right? Not only do you get paid for the dog sitting, but you make money by doing a porno.
That's true.
You get double money.
I would say you'd probably be making more from the porno, though.
Well, I heard porn stars don't actually make that much.
Oh, the females do, in comparison to the men.
Yeah.
But they take... they got the rough end of the stick on that one.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Oh, well. Let's leave it there. Kieran, thank you so much for another fantastic podcast. I promise that I will be better next week for our lovely, spectacular 40th midlife crisis episode. Thank you for just leaving me hanging there. If you'd like to follow all
you wanted me to say something. You were looking down at your notes.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on, let me fill the gap there.
Certainly.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. If you'd like to follow us, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for all your wanking needs. Please tell a friend about us, because word of mouth really does help us spread the good news of the We Only Do One Take podcast. And if you'd like to email us a rant, especially
For the 40th.
for the 40th episode, because
That's
we've got
it.
something really big planned, so the more rants we have, the better. Please email us at weonlydonepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, and I will get better for all you lovely wankers next week. And we will see you next Wednesday. We still made the hour, so
Oh, fantastic. There you go.
I'm dead.
You are dying. Thank God it's Wednesday.